Yeah, but that means Acadian on that tank jungler here. Good front line for OpTic Gaming. They're going to look for a lot of damage from Power of Evil, but the thing is this matchup, you want to buy Adaptive Helm, possibly Abyssal Mask right off the bat against the Cassiopeia to reduce her damage. So then a lot of your damage comes from Arrows Kalista, which is more of a mid, early game champion, and then you have the Camille that needs to scale here. So if he's not building AP in mid lane, they have a distinct lack of magic damage on this team composition, whereas Clutch have really diverse lanes here in terms of the damage they'll be dealing.
Either team looking for their first 2-0 week coming in. Get the matchup of Power of Evil and Febiven here. And their history throwback, we'll see who can start off the NALCS record for themselves as they get into it. Febiven kind of had the upper hand in this matchup in the history over Power of Evil. And somebody has to go away with that loss. Pretty even starts, or I should say orthodox starts here from either side. Not too many stopwatches this game. Just 2 on each side.
We're doing it! The stopwatches are getting out of there!
What's happening? And we have the shields on the top side for a little bit of that defense and help.
Yep, I like the Camille runes right now. The Comet is fantastic for her. A lot of people were saying, you know, maybe press the attack or something like that, but the precision tree just isn't as appealing. The Comet going down sorcery gives you that extra AD to help you last hit, whereas attack speed doesn't do much for her. And then Resolve Secondary allows you to survive matchups with things like Second Wind or even the Iron Skin to deal with the Gnar early on.
Minions have spawned.
Slow checks with Mystic shots everywhere from Twisted Fate Azrael.
Try to get some gold. It's Kleptomancy. If you throw out a Q and you get a potion, you're like, boom, lane phase 1.
That's true. Imagine you get 2 or 3. Ooh. Getting crazy, getting crazy. We'll slow down. So that ward on red, they'll have a bit of information here on Acadian to start things off. Not usually someone you see on the Sejuani, things that kind of hold back. He knows what to do.
Yeah, Acadian had played the Jarvan and the Kha'Zix, as well as Rengar and Nunu, but he does have a Sejuani game against TSM back in week 2. So it's not, you know, it's interesting because I feel like all the junglers kind of play tanks at this point. It's not, it's more of the bruiser junglers that are the abnormality. So,
by Acadian, seeing that low mana bar means it is a very gankable Apollo.
And he hasn't backed yet.
Yeah, they decided to get out.
He hasn't backed yet, so he doesn't have items, which makes it very likely that you win that fight, especially with the Bilgewater Cutlass for the Kalista. Let's talk about this top lane for a second here, because confirmed that Zig does have Iron Skin and has Second Wind, so it's to survive the matchup against the Gnar and have a little extra armor. And he rushes the Ninja Tabis immediately off the bat, which I think is what you should be doing against this Gnar matchup this Camille. And then you have the max of the E, of the hook shot, to turn the matchup and kind of keep up with him, have that low cooldown, because Gnar does not max leap until final skill up.
Yeah, it's kind of just your way in.
Yeah, so have ways to constantly go after him. And Hakuo almost by himself, but
Very
going to have
early Spirit Refuge, but a very nice taunt through. They bring Power of Evil in. Hakuo buys a bit more time, gets the shield down, does not have enough Spirit's Refuge. Oh, 1, 2, the hits come in. The flash is held, but the heal is used. Acadian just gets out alive. He might have even taken a live there, but the turret was pretty heated up.
Don't risk it.
Stopwatches, exactly.
Exactly, don't risk it. This will get them first turret at almost 9 minutes here, and they're trying to make a counterplay on the top side, but Zig may absorb that pressure. We'll see how he plays this one out.
This is the job of Zig, to absorb pressure on the top side for OpTic. A few shots here and there. It's a big wave. He's trying to get tactical sweeps down to clean it.
They're trying to get
his
transform on solo.
Teleport coming in from Lemon Nation as he switched out on that earlier. And they will be able to save the turret, but also a little map control. How do they still more control? And Lemon Nation starts to get some encroaching hordes into the jungle.
Powerville will get this blue buff for himself.
Merc Tread, but is getting a little bit of AP for him. Sorry, not AP yet, but
all right.
Magic resistance at the moment.
I'm expecting the Rift Herald within the next minute here, whether it's mid or it's top side. Arrow is shoving top. Oh, fight on the bottom side of this.
Everybody owns one side of the jungle. Zig's trying to hang out on the own side of Clutch.
They're gonna go
Look
top.
at all that vision, and yeah, why not? OpTic owns the top side, and that's where they will pressure. A back from Apollo as well. They're not going to continue to push this wave on the bot side.
They're going in. They're going to try to get solo here.
Huge Up, down, all around, getting knocked back and forth as Hakuo tries to enter the fight, but he might have just entered the frying pan. Solo goes down, they got the chase, the Winter's Bite hits a few more, but it does not connect from the Renslow as well. Can they retreat from the fight? They've gotten themselves in a little deep, and the focus wasn't on the turret.
Yep, it was just to get that kill onto Solo. They get the flash out of him, but they blow a heal and flash of their own to do so, whereas Lyra just clears mid lane.
Fans feeling good. Start of the cheer as OpTic is now controlling Clutch Gaming's side of the map, and Lyra walks right into a full team of OpTic in his own jungle.
And now he uses the Rift Herald to help push down this mid turret. There's no jungler on the field. Cassiopeia would have to wave clear this, but with 4 people strong, this means they get to shove bottom and mid for OpTic, and OpTic are showing, you know, a different side of them than that late game team, play for the late game, the Gathering Storm team that's kind of been picking up 2 wins here or there.
Keeping things active all across the map and not just being okay with one. I wonder how this would have played out if Apollo kept pushing that bot lane, but waves are equaled out. You can see kind of maybe this, maybe that. We definitely have some wards to place or clear. They have 3 pink wards on them right now, but maybe not secure enough to place and protect. Just inside the edge of the brush, thought he might have missed. Oh, they aggro out the Ocean Drake. Looks like they will go down for it after all.
Yep, Trinity Force completed.
Oh, Fate's call.
Really good. TP.
Ooh, nice taunt out. That's the hit-o though for Zig. The ward was in the Wolf camp, and now they're going to be taking down Apollo immediately. Catching the Ezreal is huge.
Solo!
The kite chase, 4-man Gnar swipe into the back of the mid turret, but it's not going to be enough. They stay towards the Wolf camp, and they won't be taking any turret damage. Lyra on the side can't find a way in to deliver any damage, and they take down Apollo and Solo to take down Ocean.
That's the Thunderdome composition right there. Camille throws down the Hextech ultimatum, and then with Hero's entrance, immediately able to follow it up from Power People. Apollo's the target. It is not a fun game to be that Ezreal. I don't care if you can... And it looks like a death brush.
Acadian, Antsy Pantsy, got everybody caught. Vision's there, and Lyra knows they are in a dangerous spot if they try to stay in their own jungle. Fate's call, who's the target? It is going to be Febiven. Does he turn around, get the Petrifying Gaze off? Gets a few members, but everyone's going to the bounce house as Power of Evil enters the fight. They do lose Arrow, though.
They're gonna win
Not
this.
the greatest positioning, and it is going to be pushed back onto Acadian. Lyra looking for the next target to slow down, and Hakuo to taunt, but they don't have it, and now they will say, let's 50-50 Baron if you really want to.
Well, there's no person to really contest it in terms of the 50, right? I would say this is like 80-20, maybe 90-10 with your smite up for Lyra.
No ultimate to really get them in. Elimination. Can't do much. Glacial Fisher's not even up for himself to get the crowd control there. And doing his damnedest, Power of Evil tries to stay alive for as long as he can, saying, how much can Baron damage Clutch Gaming? Can Zig put anything in? He's got to put his entire body in if he wants to do that. And it's too dangerous. What a turnaround. It was just 6-0, now 6-3, and Clutch Gaming get Baron.
Clutch Gaming.
And Apollo's Mystic Shots. They need to start doing that pressure. Getting pushed in a little bit still, however, their Baron wears off, and OpTic knows they can control the lane.
Galio.
Hextech ultimatum goes down, gets himself just outside of some danger. Heal coming from Hakuo, but Lyra and the rest of the team are already on that side of the map. They got to be very careful what their initiation is here and how deep they're going to go. Power of Evil says we're still going Arrow. Second guess is this. Pulls in the Fate's Call very early to hit the back line, but now they have to assess. Have they thrown Lemon Nation in too far? And they have. He goes down. The Glacial Prison in the end, they're kind of using things they would still use to defend here as they leave.
They're throwing so much there in like desperation. Clutch Gaming definitely more on the same page here, and OpTic plus a Morello. This is just that flat Morello AP plus a little bit from the Dark Seal. So I do want to see how much he's doing now, because the Galio was changed to have better AP ratios and a little bit less in the base damage department. Baron up in 5 seconds, so you can see OpTic are kind of posturing for it. And now they're trying to have a fight where all 5 of them are there, but Clutch are just a little bit stronger now with that gold lead.
Well, they know they have Zig's jump split. They can get into this fight just a little bit. Acadian has Febiven in his eyes. Here comes the Hero's entrance. They're going to get a great kite out of this. Apollo and Febiven to the backside. And it's Solo and Lyra now looking to do some damage. Oh, Apollo over the wall right in the face of Lemon Nation. He just came up from going down. Is the swing the wall?
Oh, no!
Gets himself taken down.
Oh, he sold him out. Arrow gets knocked back in with the blast cone and gets taken down there. And that's going to be Barrett for Clutch.
The things that cannot happen are happening right now for OpTic. Clutch Gaming is very happy about this. The amount of kind of resources they're getting out of OpTic.
Blow any of his summoner spells, and they were reaching for him. And now he gets to come back through the fight and do it again. And right here, they finally found him.
Oh, is he gonna go down 6 alive? Oh, he goes down. Actually, Hextech Ultimatum is not enough for the shield. It is torn through by Febivin, and now they're gonna take down Lemon Nation consecutively up, consecutively down. He is not having a great end of the game here at 0-3-5. 6-9. Remember, it was 6-0 just a few minutes ago as Clutch Gaming starts to make quick work of the map. 31 seconds on to Zig
They got a
as
lot.
they are gonna look for some Nexus turrets. The waves on the sides aren't pushing in. They have a focus.
Exactly, they have some decent amount of damage here onto these turrets. They're going to keep pushing. 20 seconds on Zig being back up. They're going to try to end right here. Clutch are looking for that 2-0.
Lyra staying in the front. Power of Evil in a bad spot. He could get the taunt in that stops the damage on the Nexus, but it's still the HP bars not being enough on either the OpTic members or the Nexus. 31 minutes in. Clutch Gaming look to put the final touches on the game, and the last few hits from Hako on the top side are going to be enough. Clutch Gaming find their first 2-0 week.
Another comeback for the team. Off the team fighting and picking the better fights than OpTic.